Michelle Granberg here. Welcome to Positive Energy. We're always ready to rouse your heart and soul. On this show, you'll be introduced to the power of West African drumming. My special guests are Mara Fanyi, West African drum, dance, and song teachers and performers. Let's take a look. So I'm really happy to have the ladies of Mara Fanyi here on Positive Energy. We have Lara, Yael, and Lisa. Welcome.
Thanks for having us.
Wonderful.
What a delight.
I'm so glad that you are here. So let's talk a little bit about how this all started, the nature of this work, this group that you have, what led you to it, and what's the meaning of Mara Fanyi?
Okay, let's start with the meaning of Mara Fanyi. It's a Susu word from the language Susu from Guinea, West Africa.
Got it.
And it means love.
It means
Love.
How
so
perfect.
It's Mara Fanyi drum, dance, and song. Love,
Right
drum,
from the heart.
dance, and song.
Right.
I love that name.
So do we. Absolutely.
So Yael, how did you come to this? I mean, what was it that led you?
I've been playing music, started in elementary school all the way up, love music, clarinet, flute, the whole thing, all the way up to, I started playing a drum set. And I quit the band.
How old were you when you played?
I was 16, 17, senior year.
Okay.
Yeah, senior year in high school.
It's in your blood.
It
music.
is. I love it, yes. And Laura and I have a mutual friend who used to work in a music store, and I come there for all my things, and I was like, I really want to learn like world music and rhythms on my drum set. He's like, oh, I have the perfect girl for you. And he introduced Laura and I, and that's how kind of it all
Fate.
started. Yeah,
That's perfect.
Or
absolutely.
not fate, right?
Who knows?
Meant to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
And here-
Yeah, yeah. Thanks.
Lisa, share for yourself, what is it about West African drumming that calls to you personally?
Wow, that's a good question. It's very in the family. So I'm here because of my sister, who really discovered it and has been to Africa how many times?
5 fois.
Yeah,
5 times.
5 fois. So my background is really piano, which is kind of interesting. But when you start to play the drums, you realize that all those piano lessons were, you're playing a percussion
Rhythm.
instrument.
Rhythm is
Yes,
rhythm.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
So how did you learn then? Did you just pick it up naturally, or was there formal lessons for
These two
for all of
magical
you?
ladies sitting to my
These are
left
your
taught
teachers?
me everything I know. So yes, yes,
Well, a few
yes.
other people stepped
Right.
in.
Few
So you
people,
can blame
but-
them some days.
I totally can
and
blame
thank them
them.
other days.
Yes, 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 yes. My mentors are right here, like super close. So I learned from the best. I learned from the best.
I think it's beautiful, and it's wonderful that as women, it seems, right, you probably get this a lot, that it seems unusual, but maybe it isn't so unusual for women to be behind these beautiful, kind of masculine drums, maybe
Right.
not. So, Laura, is it traditionally a male tradition to play these West African drums?
Michelle, you're absolutely correct. It is a male tradition from a Muslim-based culture. Guinea, West Africa is the style of drumming that you'll see a little bit later. However, here in the States, it's very popular for women to play these drums, and actually worldwide.
Right.
And that influence has trickled over to our friends in Guinea, West Africa, where now there's a female drum and dance company, and so it's changing over there too, which is really interesting. It takes a long time for change
Yeah.
in Africa, but that's happening, and that's really exciting.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. So, what would be, Yael, what would be your vision for women in drumming in the future?
I think it's actually happening. I really do. I think it's happening right in front of our own eyes. I feel like when Laura and I started drumming, there were very few women at the time studying and learning, and I think it's really changed. We teach a lot of women, and we work with a lot of women.
Right.
So it's happening. It's happening now.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
Yeah, it's trending, and
Yeah.
it's becoming more popular
Yes. So
across the genders.
Yes, absolutely. And the fact there are women that are interested in learning the instrument, learning about the instrument, the rhythms, and where, you know, the culture and all that, I think that's important. I think it's happening, which is very cool.
I'd love to see that. We like it. So Lisa, for you, what's the sort of a common reaction you get from people when you tell them what you do? Or has there been any unusual responses to?
That's a, again, great questions. I think when people, when we tell people what we do, they have sort of an image or a notion maybe of what it is.
Yeah.
But then when they actually see us,
Yeah.
they're a little startled maybe. It's like, well, what?
Shaking things up.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
helping remove barriers.
Right.
And help people change misconceptions.
Yes.
Yeah.
And moving energy around the
moving
room.
energy around.
And move energy
Yeah.
around the room.
That we try to do. We try to do that a lot.
So I know that you teach people, as you mentioned, to play these beautiful instruments. So talk a little bit about your teaching. How do you structure that? Who do you teach? Why do you teach? When do you teach?
Great questions. We teach all ages and populations, except for infants. I can play for an infant, but they don't have the
You might
muscle.
not have
right.
the hand-eye coordination yet.
A couple more weeks.
Yes.
For the
So
infants.
I personally love the challenge of adapting this music and these art forms of drum and dance cross population. I love that challenge. We'll teach West African dance to friends who are in a wheelchair. It's possible. And rhythm and all of it. Everyone can feel the rhythm. Everybody can relate to the one, no matter who you are. That's a common place, no matter where you come from or what your situation. So that's part of our sort of mission, is accessing everyone through the one. One of my first teachers was Babatunde Olatunji, and he created a method of teaching that I adopted and adapted, which is how I like to teach, especially beginners. It's through a vocal language. So, for example, the bass is a goon, the tones are godo, and the slaps are pata. So you can take those three sounds and arrange them any way you want. For example, goon godo, pata 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 pata, goon godo, and it's easily communicated and translated right onto the drum. So our motto, which is directly from Olatunji, is if you can say it, you can play it.
Yeah.
Right? So we get the kinesthetic, we get the verbal, we get the split brain. It's all happening right here.
So Yael, what's your experience of teaching as well? And what's the biggest barrier in teaching, or what's your favorite part of teaching?
I think it depends on which settings we are, because we really are in many settings. But it's always really exciting to see people who are excited by it, are excited to sit with the drum and learn it, and are interested and are curious with questions. That's some of my favorite moments. Yeah.
When they're excited, you're
It doesn't
excited.
even have to be that they get the rhythm right away or whatever, because that takes time. But that they're also patient and willing to sit with and try it. And the questions for me, the curiosity is, I think, top of my favorite things. Yeah.
That is good.
Yeah.
So Lisa, do you think that everyone has rhythm? I mean,
Absolutely. You're born with it.
do you hear from a lot of people, I can't do this?
Absolutely.
All the
I don't
time.
have any rhythm. I
All
bet
the
you can.
time.
And what do
Yeah.
you say to them to encourage them and help them move past? It's just a self-imposed sort
It
of
is a self-imposed
idea.
really, you just play the instrument.
Yeah.
And it's true about a piano or violin or anything. Just play it. Just start playing it, and that rhythm will come.
And then you'll find that.
Yeah.
They'll find it.
Let's talk about these beautiful, what they're called. I'm familiar with djembe drums,
Okay. Wonderful.
having
That's
been in
good.
drum circles myself
All right.
for many years. Well, what is the name of the other drums? And tell me a little bit about, Lara, tell me a little bit about the history. what djembe means and the names of the other drums and what they mean.
Understand. This is the djembe. It's made out of wood, carved from a tree. It has goat skin on top. And it is the key instrument in the djembe orchestra from West Africa. They've even named the orchestra after it.
Nice.
So it's the key instrument. The djembe plays secret messages for the dancers, things only the dancers and the drummers know.
They communicate.
Yes, yes, serious communication. The stick drums are also made of wood, but they have cow skin. So it's a much thicker skin, so you can use you can hit them until the cows come home, I like to say. And there's 3 of those. There's a large one called the doon doon. There's a medium one that's here by me. It's called a songban. And the little one is called a kenkene. And so that's the doon doon section, which is also an integral part of the djembe orchestra. It's the timekeeper. It keeps the melody. Often there'll be a bell.
Gotta have it. You gotta have it.
Yeah.
So if a full orchestra would be 5 djembe players and the doon doon section and maybe a balafon and perhaps a gungoma.
So many beautiful
a flute.
Right.
It's a wonderful, wonderful thing. So a little the presentation that we're going to show you later is based on the work of Les Ballets Africains, which is the national drum and dance company of Guinea, West Africa. That's not to say that we think that we are, but we are highly influenced by the style and the presentation. So it's a beautiful mix of dancing, drumming, singing. It's all happening.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So I know there's so much to this, much more than just the performing aspect of it and the entertainment aspect and how much people get out of listening to this. So Yael, say something. How else are these drums used in other traditions and healing traditions or in spiritual traditions?
Well,
where they come from?
So all these rhythms have a meaning. They all have meaning. They are drummed or danced for many ceremony or occasions or celebrations. So there's a reason for all of this, and that's one of the reasons why we love this, because this art form, because it isn't just bang, 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 bang. They all have meaning, and as you can hear when you hear the music, you'll hear, they all have melody and tones, and they speak. I mean, they speak to us, and I think that's what brings people to the drums and maybe even to and dancing as well. I think the two together really speak to people on a level that that is spiritual and private. I mean, it's very deep. It's very deep music.
It affects everybody differently.
Yeah, I think so.
Definitely.
And you're right. There's something universal and something primal, about that. And there's a lot we could say about just vibration and entrainment and the frequency of that sound and what it creates for us. So
it does move things, right?
It does move things. That's a joke only we understand. So Lisa, talk about how it's been for you as well in terms of falling in love with these instruments. You must love them. You play them so often. What's that like for you? The relationship you have with these drums.
With the drums, I'll tell you where I fell in love with the doon doon, which I play. It was the ballet that Laura referred to, and we saw them perform in New York City, I think. And the finale was a stage full of these doon doons, and it was all women playing them. And that was like amazing. It was a remarkable thing to see. And I said, I want to play that.
It probably moved you beyond words.
It absolutely
I would
did.
definitely say, you said, I want to do that if I can do that. And does it feel, when I watch it, it feels like powerful. It sounds powerful. Does it feel powerful in that really healthy kind of powerful way?
Yeah. Yes.
And have you seen it affect your actual health as well? Because I know there's a lot of science and research data around how therapeutic drumming really is, and that's why we're getting it into nursing homes and hospitals and all kinds of settings. I know that it changes our DNA somehow, some way, and makes us healthier. Do you feel like a credit to drumming goes for how healthy you guys?
Absolutely. And dance. Have to throw it in.
And the dance.
Absolutely. And singing.
Right.
You brought up dancing and singing. So Laura, talk about how it all comes together, the dancing tradition and the singing tradition, which you're going to share with us shortly.
Sure, yeah.
And the drumming. What's the history of that, and what are the tradition's purpose?
Well, in the culture, all three go together. The music, the dance, and the song, it's always happening. So removing the stage and getting back to the social, if there's a wedding or a block party or an event, people get together, they drum, they dance. There's specific music for different occasions, as Yael had mentioned before. And having visited the culture directly, I have an understanding, we have an understanding of it's a difficult life in a third world country, Guinea, West Africa. It's a difficult life. It's hot, number one. It rains 6 months out of the year. You know, there's challenges to put food on the table. There's no work. However, when our friends and our folks step up to this music and this dance, immediately you see the vitality skyrocket. It shoots to the sky. And I feel that as well when I play this music and these drums. When it's coming together, when it's great, when it's hot, I feel it. When you're dancing it, you feel it. So I do
you lose
believe
yourself in
you
it.
do.
It's a form of escape.
Yes.
And you do go into an altered state.
You can, sure.
Your state definitely shifts.
Yes.
Yeah,
you're right about that.
In a great way. In a good way.
In a good way. A natural
in a
high.
positive way.
The positive energy.
Serious positive energy.
So we're going to look to wrap up our conversation, and I'm excited to hear you play these instruments and to sing. So Yael, share a little bit about you know, your main message with your group, what you hope to bring out into the world, and the service that you're doing through this work.
Definitely positive energy. Definitely love. Love for music, for me, love for music, for life, for yourself.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, the music for me is like no other. And for me to play drums, like that is my moment of
it's a way of bringing
happiness,
people together. It bypasses all our differences.
Bringing
cultivates diversity,
absolutely.
harmony, all of those. Anything you want to add to that, Lisa?
It's just a great joy to have people play and to play for dance classes, to play for kids, teach kids, and all ages. It's like magic. Again, it wipes the slate clean in sort of a way.
Unifying
We're all the same.
and puts us on the same equal platform.
Absolutely.
That's really the gift of music and movement and dance. So I really acknowledge you all for bringing this into the world and the service that you're doing, and thank you for that. So we're going to hear now. We're going to be part of it as much as we can. So Laura, do you want to introduce what you're going to share with us in this performance?
Yeah, so this presentation today, we've decided to call it the Yankadi Suite. So the entire suite of music is based on a rhythm and a dance called Yankadi, which is the dance in the village that everyone from the little kids to the elders can dance. It's very accessible music. We have a touch of a cousin of Yankadi in here called Foto Koroba. So it's a little bit more elaborate cousin musically, let's say. And there's some music, there's some song. So we'll be singing in the Susu language from Guinea, West Africa. The first song is a kind of a welcome. The next song is about just passing time and the days of the week and how we're all the same, hoping to have fun and a good day. And then at the end of the piece, you'll see a touch of the ballet with this Dun Dun dance that Lisa was referring to. So it's a style of dancing with the stick drum. So we thought we'd give you the whole package today. So that's the Yankadi Suite.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So here is Yael and Lisa and Lara of Marafanyi. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Our musical presentation is lovingly dedicated to the memories of Abdoulaye Sylla, Mariama Bangura, and Yewande Kelly Johnson. tanana new day, la wa we are. Giddy bay, giddy
Wow, did you feel the power of that drumming? Let me know your thoughts about today's show. I'd like to thank my special guests, Mara Fanyi, Laura, Yael, and Lisa for joining us. And thank you for tuning in. Remember to be kind to yourself and others, and join me next time on Positive Energy.